Hey, I'm Tosin Abasi. Welcome to GuitarMessenger.com. We're going to talk a little bit about rhythm, specifically in the song Tempting Time, which kind of has like a polymetric sort of feel to it. I didn't really conceive of this riff technically before I went about creating the phrase. I literally just started tapping and this is what came out. But if I was to break it down the way I think of it, it would kind of be treat it like an ostinato. So if your pulse is here, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So the core note pulse obviously is being implied by the drums, and there's a backbeat that's usually like, you know, on beat 3 or whatever the case is. It's cool to retain that same core note pulse just because it creates like a sort of uniformity in groove. So that's kind of like how we approach a majority of our rhythms. We try to imply like an even meter, or at least a perceivable core note pulse as like kind of the center of the riff, and then everything else is syncopated around that. So you can hear this stuff all over the album, but that's kind of like a dive into like how I'm thinking about it. It's kind of a cool idea. It's a 3-octave sweep. It's in C, and it's pretty much like a major triad. But you play a sharp 4, and then you slide up to the 5th. So the fingering is actually symmetrical in the first 2 octaves, which is also nice, right? So to play it slowly, you've got. The picking works out pretty nicely as well. When you get to the A string, you have 3 notes, so you've got this down, 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 up, down. So once you get to this 3rd downstroke, you're set up to continue sweeping, and then it repeats. You have down, 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 up, down. So it's kind of like an economy picking approach to doing this lick. So, you know, obviously you could work this out slowly, and then you can get to the point where in Tempting Time, I kind of do this sort of triplet-based descending pattern where I'm playing a portion of the arpeggio at a time. Which is kind of like another cool way to use the arpeggio. I mean, there's countless ways you could go about ascending or descending it. So it's definitely a cool use for all 7 strings for sure. I use that symmetry for a lot of my licks just because it's the most obvious way of lengthening a phrase.